Hello students, welcome and good morning. Today we are going to discuss about the taxonomic categories and hierarchy. Students, there are 7 taxonomic categories. These categories on the basis of level of the classification of various species and organisms in the today's earth. And students, these categories are classified on the basis of their similar characteristics from one another. If we are just going to talk about the each 7 hierarchy of taxonomic categories, then it just take a shape of a tree. Yes, students, it just take a shape of tree. For example, the main sprout or stem of the tree is just like this is the root, this is the main sprout, many branches that arises, the secondary branches that arises from the primary one, leaves, flowers, fruits, like that. This bears just a shape of tree. For example, kingdom. We take kingdom as the main stem of the tree. Now the primary branches are the phylum or division. Phylum or division of the kingdom Animalia and Plantae. Yes, students, the term phylum is used for the classification of animal kingdom, which was coined by Cuvier first, and the division is used for the classification of the plant kingdom, which was used by Hitler first. After that, the secondary branches represent, next to the phylum, class. What is student? Class. Class. And there are many intermediate categories of these. For example, phylum has also sub-phylums, groups also. So, class has also an intermediate subcategories called subclass, and above the class, superclass is also mentioned in some taxonomic categories of few species. Now, the tertiary branches are after the class, the order, and after the tertiary branches, the leaves are just like the family members. As in a family there are several members, likewise many leaves or numerous leaves or several leaves are present in a family. That's why it can be represented as family, because when we study the record of any family for more and more generation, then more and more number of descendants can be obtained. Likewise here, more and more number of leaves represents the structure of a family. Next to the family, genus. What kind of fruits or flowers this plant or tree gives, that represents the genus. For example, this is a tree of mango. Then mango is the genus of that tree, and species And students, finally, the topmost origin of this plant, either it is fruit yielding plant or flower yielding plant or spices yielding plant or tree, this is can be used to determining the species of the this plant. So we can clearly understand the hierarchy of taxonomic categories, just like a tree. When we move from kingdom to species, its number of species or number of organisms increasing one by one. So we are just going to talk about all the 7 hierarchy and their subcategories one by one. First of all, we take the species. Student, species is the basic unit. Species is the basic unit of taxonomic categories. Yes, student, it is the basic unit of taxonomic categories. It represents one or more natural population resemblance to species. For example, the human species is sapiens, the onion species is cepa, the mango species is indica. These are the particular type of species. That's why the species is regarded as the basic unit of taxonomic category. Next to the species, student, genus. It comprises a group of related species. What? One or more related species are categorized or classified into a single group that is called genus. It has more than one common characters. For example, here brinjal and potato both are vegetables and they have lots of differences. Brinjal is developed from a flower, whereas potato developed from by budding through their eyes. But if we are talking about their genus, then both are belonging to the genus Solanum. Yes, the botanical name of potato is Solanum tuberosum and brinjal Solanum nigrum. So, Solanum is the common generic name for both brinjal and potato. Now, student, family. It has a group of one or more related genus. One or more related genus is categorized under a common taxonomic categories called family, and there the species have resemble character from one another in one or more respect or some respect. For example, lion belonging to the genus Leo and cat belonging to the genus Felis. Now, the common family for both genus is Felidae. Felidae is a common family for the genus Leo and the genus Felis, which are respectively used for lion and cat. Thus, students, this is the family Felidae. Now, the next taxonomic category is order. What is order? It is a taxonomic category having one or more related families. Yes, student, one or more related families. For example, as in this, we visualize cat belonging to genus Felis but family Felidae. Likewise here, cat belonging to which family? Cat belonging to family Felidae, and dog belonging just belongs to the order Carnivora. Why they belonging to Carnivora? Because cat is also a carnivore animal or omnivore, but it also eat or catches the rats, and dog also eats the places are meat. So both belonging to a common order that is called Carnivora. Next to the order, class is also categories or taxonomic categories. It is the more categories of related orders having some correlated characters, then they are grouped in the taxonomic category called class. For example, primata. All the mammals as well as we are also mammals are grouped into a common class that is called class primata. Monkey, human, all these belongs to a common class called class primata. Now student, phylum or division. Students, one thing more important, for which kind of a group of organism organization we use the term phylum, and for which we use the division. When we classify the classification of kingdom Animalia or animal kingdom, we use the term phylum, and when we use the classification or when we are going to classify any plant kingdom or kingdom Plantae, then use the term division. Both terms are given by different biologists. Cuvier defined the term phylum, whereas division was given by or coined by Kekler. What are phylum or division? Classes comprising higher taxonomic categories. Classes comprising higher taxonomic categories called phylum or division. As for example, in phylum, in kingdom Animalia, there are phylum Protozoa, Protozoa, Chordata, Hemichordata, Echinodermata, Mollusca, like about 10 to 12 different levels. We study different number of phylums in kingdom Animalia. As per your syllabus, there are about 12 phylums you have to study it in class 11. What are that? Protozoa, next Coelenterata or Cnidaria, next next to the Coelenterata or Cnidaria are Cnidata, Platyhelminthes, SK helminthus, Echinodermata, Mollusca, Hemichordata and Chordata. These are the phylums belonging to the kingdom Animalia. Likewise, divisions. In divisions are kingdom Plantae, you have to study about the divisions Halophyta, Bryophyta, Embryophytes, Pteridophytes, and the most developed phylum of the kingdom Plantae is also studied under this section, that is called division, in which the two classes are found. What are? Class monocotyledonei and class dicotyledonei under the division which is called under the higher plant division which contain concealed seeds, and that's why which are non-concealed called now kingdom. Kingdom is the highest taxonomic category. Yes, student, kingdom is the highest taxonomic category. As for example, the whole world is primarily divided by father of biology, it means Aristotle, into two kingdoms, kingdom Plantae and kingdom Animalia. Thus, students, beside these taxonomic categories, there are also sub-categories. For example, family, subfamily, order, suborder, class, superclass, class, subclass, and phylum, subphylum, division, subdivision, kingdom, subkingdom. Thus, students, this lecture is to be completed, and we will in next video lecture we just taking the example of taxonomic categories of one plant and animal species, and ahead we continue our chapter with some hierarchical phenomena. Thanks, students, for joining today's lecture.